E3 has started a little bit early because several big game announcements have come in. Life is Strange developer Dontnod Entertainment, which just released their new blood-sucking game Vampire, has announced their next big project. It's an all-new game called Twin Mirror, and like Life is Strange, it's a story-driven psychological thriller set in a small town. Players take the role of a man who returns home only to suffer a blackout and wake up the next morning with his shirt mysteriously covered in blood, so it's up to you to figure out what went wrong. Twin Mirror is due out next year. Dontnod has confirmed that they're also working on Life is Strange 2, but that doesn't have a release window yet. You see what happens when you make an awesome game like Life is Strange? You have an opportunity to create all kinds of other cool games. I've been digging Vampire, by the way, or Vampire. I'll have a review for you guys very soon, but I've been playing some throughout the week. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about Dontnod. One of the things that I dig about this studio quite a bit is their storytelling capabilities. I like their scripts, and I like their wordiness. I found the Life is Strange script was a little bit charming. I remember playing with that with Blake, and some of the things and some of the phrasing felt a little strange, which I just thought was cool. It made the this French development teams look at American high schoolers very unique and very refreshing. And I feel like this thing, which looks like a hybrid of Twin Peaks and maybe Silent Hill a little bit, I think this is going to be very cool. Looking forward to Twin Mirror next year from Dontnod. Moving on to another big game announcement, a classic fighting franchise is punching and kicking its way back into our lives. Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja have announced Dead or Alive 6, the first all-new entry in their fighting series in almost 6 years. The game runs on an all-new engine, which promises to make everything look a lot more realistic, and the female characters appear to be a lot less sexualized than they have been in previous games. As for gameplay, longtime fans can expect the same core gameplay, although there will be a new combo attack and special attack system aimed at being more accessible to newcomers. Dead or Alive 6 is slated to arrive in early 2019. I've always dug these Dead or Alive games, and it's always been a little bit heartbreaking for me to see them be so sexist in the way that they portrayed women in these games. And part of it was a different era when the first Dead or Alive games came out, and things were, I mean, we still had booth babes at E3. It was just a different time, but then they didn't progress enough with some of their design ideas, and the beach volleyball games were just ridiculous. But the fighting systems and the mechanics and the ability to go from level to level and bust through environments and stuff, amazing. And I love the fighters and the characters that they've created for these Dead or Alive games. And clearly, fighting games are back in full force. All we need now is Sega to say there's a new Virtual Fighter game on the way, and we'll have the whole pantheon of fighting experiences out there. I know Mortal Kombat is coming too. Yeah, excited to play this. I am a DOA fan, and it comes out next year, so looking forward to that. On to the third big game reveal. The next Hitman game has been announced, and this time it was announced on purpose, so back off, Walmart. The first official trailer for the new game Hitman II was released yesterday afternoon following an accidental posting on the Warner Brothers website that first revealed that the game was coming earlier this week. It's pretty much what we expected following the premature reveal. Hitman II is a follow-up to the 2016 episodic game, and best of all, it will have a new co-op mode allowing you to take out targets with a friend. Warner Brothers and developer IO Interactive haven't said if the game will use the same episodic release formula as the last one. It arrives this November, and I am very excited about this game. It looks incredible. I had a blast playing parts of Hitman 1. I didn't play all of it, so I never could sort of, it was pretty big. And so I didn't stick with it enough that I could come back and give you guys a full opinion on it. But what I did play, I thought was amazing. I love the Morocco stage. And I love the story here. We met Hannah Seifert, who is the CEO of IO, I think in 2016, and he was fantastic. A great guy to interview. We've got the interview on the channel, so please do watch that. We'll put a link in the description below. But he was a great interview, passionate gentleman, in charge of an incredible team, and then we saw the turmoil that they went through with Square Enix. So this is just fantastic news for them and their team. They're really, really strong believers in the work that they're doing and putting out there. These Hitman games always deliver a lot more than you see from first blush. There's a lot of intricacies and lots of ways to enjoy the experience. They're truly sandbox experiences, and they were really onto something with this episodic. I'm curious to see if Hitman 2 is going to follow that same formula. It doesn't have to, because clearly they can pack it all together and and give you the collected edition like they have for Hitman 1. But Warner Brothers is a good fit. It sort of stretches them out into a new territory. It's not just using the Warner Brothers vertical brands and IP and that they have, and they can try something new. And then, of course, they've made Hitman movies, so maybe this is going to bode well for a future Warner Brothers Hitman game. Who knows? We just want an awesome game, and if anybody's up to that, it's IO Interactive. So congrats there. And it looks like Just Cause has taken a page from the Hitman playbook. An advertisement for the new game Just Cause 4 appeared on Steam this morning, which is funny because publisher Square Enix hasn't officially announced it yet. Their press conference happens on Monday, so don't be surprised if the game is revealed then. It's unclear who's developing Just Cause 4. Series creator Avalanche Studios is already working on at least 2 big projects, the post-apocalyptic shooter Rage 2 and the new game Generation Zero, which was first announced yesterday. That means they might hand off Just Cause 4 to another studio, but we'll have to wait and see. I love the Just Cause games. They're insane, and they offer you lots and lots of freedom and lots of different ways to have crazy fun. Again, another sandbox open world experience. One of the things about the Just Cause games, though, is because they are so insane and comedy is such a big part of it, I have found myself not fully invested in these stories, not fully like really caring if I have to do all of the objectives and stuff like that, because that's one of the troubles that you have when you're throwing comedy into these situations, is that you can kind of be removed from the experience. And this franchise is so zany and over the top that's happened to me when I've played Just Cause 2 and Just Cause 3. I've just sort of gone off and done crazy shit and had a good time doing that. But clearly Avalanche is an incredible developer. If they have expanded out to a 3-game team, congrats to them. They clearly got some big funding behind them, because probably each one of these games is at least 150 people. Maybe they're sharing engine, sort of break them, like same open world kind of dynamics and things like that. We'll find out. It looks like we're going to be able to play some of these games at E3 next week. Looking forward to that very much. And we're going to have an incredible time. Oh, and in case you didn't notice, I'm wearing the EPN t-shirt, which will be available to purchase at EXP, where we're hosting all of the E3 press conferences over the next few days. EXP is a bar and restaurant in downtown Vancouver, so if you're anywhere near the area, please come on by on Saturday or on Sunday or Monday. And I posted a graphic with all of the times, and I will post it again today. And it's on our YouTube channel, and it's on Twitter, and it's on Instagram as well. So look for that. It's also on our Facebook page as well. But I would love to see you guys. But right now, it is time for This Day in Everything Cool.